Thank you so much for coming. We're very excited I think we should get to our first guest.
I would love to do that.
How
do you guys feel about that? Yes?
This is Joe. Let's hear a quick clip.
Yeah, sure.
My name is Jo Firestone, and I'm an aspiring comedian, I guess. And so I put on this pun competition in Brooklyn called Punderdome 3000, and it's recently gotten pretty big, and it's for some reason hip. The one thing is that I co-hosted with my dad.
Just get on your knees, brother, and start talking.
That was on camera, so that's recorded forever, ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, Joe Firestone. Joe Firestone. How are you?
I'm good. Do I just sit in between you?
It's a little,
Yeah, this is awkward, isn't it? It's a really weird setup.
You managed to cry.
Joe.
What's here?
Candlestick. How are you? Can we talk about Punderdome a little bit?
Yeah.
Because I think, have you guys heard of Punderdome? Have you guys
Has anybody been to Punderdome before? Anybody been there? Anyone? We should go. It's awesome.
This is why she's here. We need to get the word out. We went last month. It was amazing. It was so much fun.
Thanks for paying for tickets.
She just snuck right in. So
Okay,
actually,
well, thanks.
to let these folks know, like, how would you describe Punderdome? What would you say to somebody who said, like, what's Punderdome?
You want the promo?
Look at the Jo Firestone promo version.
Okay. Well, it's a pun competition where, like, for some reason, 400 people come to this thing. I host it with my dad, who flies in once a month from St. Louis to do this. And we wear Hawaiian shirts, and he has a fanny pack filled with warm haydays that he throws at the audience so they can say something clever. And people have to come up with puns in 90 seconds based on a topic. And the winner usually gets something like maybe a tiny trampoline, or like a box of hangers. Like it's so strange because it's like a big exciting event, but for so little payoff.
As improv comedians, we can totally relate to.
My sex life.
I have a lot of questions. We both have a lot of questions about
Okay.
Punderdome.
Yeah.
Are these the same questions?
No, they're different. Mine are in Spanish. How did the dad get involved? How did that happen?
Well, I was doing this thing I produce a handful of shows, and I was doing this thing for a while, which is not a very good approach, but I would book the space before I had a show. And so I book wherever would take me, because when you're just like a nobody, I'm still a nobody, but when you're really a nobody, you like have nothing, you're like, I did this one play in St. Louis, but like when you say that, nobody's really going to take you up on your offer to fill their house with people. And so I emailed a lot of people, and finally the basement of Southpaw gave me their space.
Oh, yeah.
And Southpaw was a club that was around just a couple of years ago, just closed now. It's a kiddie gym. Not for cats, for children. And so,
that's an idea.
that is an idea.
There's a lot of fat cats out there.
Yes.
Cat diabetes is really bad. It's on the rise.
I'm imagining a cat dressed up as Wilford Brimley on a horse.
This wasn't important.
It was.
No, it wasn't.
So I booked the space, and then I was working with somebody who lived in Austin for a time, and she was telling me about this pun off that they have in Austin, which has been going on for a long time. And I thought, oh, Brooklyn should have a pun competition. So then I booked it, and they said it's a pun competition. And then about 4 days before the actual show, I'm not very good at organizing or planning or thinking about details. So I called up my dad, who has like a game show set in his garage for a game he invented called Least Trusted People. He's a strange person.
I don't know if you saw the video, but we can relate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so he has like a buzzer and a bell, and he called me, and I called him. I was like, okay, what can I do to make this like a real, like feel like a real game show? He's like, well, you got a buzzer. Obviously, I don't have a buzzer. He's like, well, you get a bell. It's Brooklyn. I was like, I guess that's an association to make. And then, so like, I finally was like at the end of the conversation, I was like, well, why don't you just fly up and co-host it? Or at the time he was hosting it, and then it got to be like too much old man with fanny packs. So he came and we did he did the first one, and then after the first one, we didn't know it was gonna be a monthly thing or whatever, but I guess this is how New York works. Someone from the New Yorker was there, and then she wrote it up, and then from there it kind of exploded, and then he has come up every single month. 2.5 years. So that it's a lot of visiting time, and we found the perfect 50% off sushi restaurant. It's 50% off raw fish, so it's good for people.
Are you hoping to just he gets food poisoning or something?
I really do like him a lot of the time.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, we all have parents. but
Yeah.
you know
Yeah,
how it works.
it's tough sometimes, but it's really fun also, because then you can like, working with people closely, as you might, there's like some contentiousness, just as collaborating, just a little, I don't know, who cares?
No,
Like,
there's a little tension. There's
like,
a little bit.
I don't feel it being in the middle, but like, it just,
Not for a joke.
Your turn to ask a
We
question.
have guests.
but it's like, you can kind of yell at your family a little bit more than you can yell at friends that are just collaborating for a show, or for a friendship, or whatever. You can yell at your family a little more.
Speaking of kind of that, one of the things that we noticed about the show is there are a lot of rules.
Yeah.
And they seem to be, well, can you go through some of the rules and let people know?
Sure. There's no internet assistance, so like iPhones are like Google Pirate, you can't use that. You also, what is another rule? You get 90 seconds, and then after that you're cut off to come up with puns. You can't cheat. There's no hugging. There's no hugging.
There's no hugging. Where did that come from?
Sometimes when you work with your family, they hug you on stage, and it's horrible.
Also, I heard the rule there was no assholes.
Oh, right. Well, somebody decided it would be a fun thing to moon the audience. Okay, but let me tell you something. So just picture this. So you're sitting right here comfortable, and someone takes off their pants and moons the audience, but they're standing right there.
Yeah.
So then you're gonna see a whole deep dick. And that's, if you ever think, I want to see a dick with my dad.
I've never seen that. Never come up.
There's another one back.
No.
That's why we have to have a rule.
Yeah. It's a shame that precedent had to be set.
It isn't. I think you should have been at the beginning. I think that's a mistake on our part, is preemptively say, oh, no brick throwing, no assholes, no poking in the eye. I mean, you have a whole list of things.
No bears.
No bears. No bear fucking. I don't want to say fucking anymore.
They'll censor it before they air it.
Yeah. They air it live later.
Before it goes on camera,
Yeah.
it'll be.
So you have some other shows too.
I do that funny.
You want to talk about the single people show?
Sure.
Tell the others what that's about.
Okay, so it's a show called Friends of Single People, where friends represent their single friends in a dating game. So like, maybe you're representing your friend dating So you'll have a little name tag that says Dave G, and you'll be choosing blindly for your friend Dave G. There's going to be maybe Dave G is a gay man. So there's Bob C, L, Fifth, and Robert C. You know what I mean? And so, but those are all friends of single people as well. Those are not the actual people. So, based on question and answer and just general demeanor, you have to choose one of these 3 friends, and then from there, you see these terrible matches.
No success rates?
There's been 3 couples that are actually together. One of them is it's a long distance relationship, and they just get together and have sex in parks.
So, I mean, somebody, hypothetically,
How do you sign up?
somebody would go there and I could like write like, I don't know, like Kevin S on my sorry, like K Shimko or something.
Yeah,
I could just do that.
Yeah, and then you.
Yeah.
Or what about L-Fit? That's a good one.
Somebody's gotta be.
Somebody's gotta have that.
Yeah.
Probably the kids of the people that are fucking in the park.
Yeah,
Yeah, we want to name our child Elf, named after the tree you made. There's also a tree in that scenario named Elf.
I gotcha. And then there's another show you've got going on right now, correct? The Tiny Comedy Club?
That's gone.
Oh,
I mean,
it happened.
it happened.
Okay.
It's over.
We actually have a clip we could show.
You guys want to see a clip?
My name is Jo Firestone, and this here is the tiniest comedy club the world has ever seen. I think so far it's my biggest success. I tell the comedians when I book them, I say they're small, but they're very excited. I don't know what that can mean. I try not to say their job, because it's just like, it's kind of degrading. I don't know. Well, we got a collection of 30 different individuals here. And within a group setting, there's going to be some people that push the limit, some people that stay inside the lines. You got a couple people that are just not going to laugh at anything. You know, they're grumpy people. Emily Z is great. She has been really fun. She's really into the idea. Anita Z, who's not gonna laugh at a goddamn thing. Why is she here? I don't know. I don't know what she's doing here. I mean, you know, people laugh on the inside.
Awesome. What was the inspiration? Like, where did that come from?
It's through this organization called Shishama, and they have a bunch of spaces in Manhattan, and like just for artists to apply with literally anything they want to do. And, sometimes they're like, sure. Like the guy before me just took a rowboat and was just chipping away at it for 2 weeks. Like that's all that happened in that space. And then I put a bunch of dolls in there. The thing is though that
I put a lot of work into that, right?
this video doesn't really show that there wasn't a bathroom in the space. So what is most accomplished about this fact that I went for 9 hours a day without going to the bathroom.
That is an art expose in itself. Exhibit. I didn't go to art school.
Expose.
An expose.
What is that, French?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, do you have any other shows?
Any shows you want to plug to the audience to have them come out and see it?
Sure. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm doing something here in December called Christmas Songs with Rainbow Dancers, and that's pretty much all it is. It's just Christmas songs, and then there's going to be these rainbow-faced dancers that just kind of dance.